Before we understand what religion is, it is essential to know what it is not. There has been much propagation in the name of religion, which is actually about something else. These are two different perspectives, two different ideologies that people have come to regard as one. This misunderstanding is the root of all communal disputes and conflicts that occur in the name of religion. If this simple fact is understood by people, all problems would be resolved. However, this would create a significant issue for political organizations, as religion has always been a powerful tool for attracting, manipulating, and using people. If people understand and accept this argument about religion, political organizations would lose one of their most potent tools for incitement and provocation. What we have known as religion up to now is actually in the sense of a community or a sect. According to the dictionary, religion has only one simple definition, but actually it has various layers of interpretations. In this series, we will come across many other such terms which actually have broader and deeper meaning. But you will find the most basic and meaningless definition in the books and even in communities which you follow. And this is not even done mistakenly. As the communities and societies emerged in different regions in the world, each one had their own culture, rituals, philosophical and spiritual approach, and related terminologies. Those terminologies can be best described in the region in which it is developed. They cannot be translated perfectly, as the region where it is conveyed might not have such philosophy in the communities existing there. And also there are some common practices in every region and community where they address some particular terms with certain tangible words. But actually they know that it is an abstract concept and cannot be described perfectly in any term, as it is beyond the explanation of words. I give a simple example: heart, brain, and mind. We often say, think from your brain or mind or heart. We know that by saying heart, we don't mean an organ surrounded by arteries and veins and pumping blood in our body. By saying he got brain, we don't mean actual brain comprised of cerebrum and cerebellum, but rather an abstract concept. Because we know that our thinking, our mood, our emotions and expressions do not come from any of the tangible organs inside our body. These things are beyond tangible. We will talk about this in further detail in upcoming episodes. But for now, just know that there are terms which do not have proper translations, and so they are given any similar appealing term in order to get going. Religion is one of those terms, and it is different from what we or our communities interpret as religion. Religion, as per the general perspective of today, means a community, a society that follows specific customs or rules. Until now, I referred to Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Sikhism, etc. as religions because we hadn't reached to the point where I could explain the difference between religion and community or sect. Therefore, in upcoming episodes, we will differentiate between religion and communities.
It is now clear that what we have considered religions are actually sects, except for Hinduism. By this, I don't mean that Hinduism is a religion. Hinduism is not a sect either. Hinduism is essentially a form of nationality or citizenship. In the Indus Valley civilization, every resident of Sind was called a Hindu. The name Hindu was given to the people living in the land of Sind, as after the invasion of Mughals, Sind was started to be pronounced as Hind, which later became Hindustan, literally meaning the land of Hindus. It does not relate to religion or community. It simply denotes your place of residence, your citizenship. Even in contemporary times, a resident of Hindustan is called a Hindu, regardless of their community. However, Hinduism now functions like a community. In every community, those who do not follow its rules or customs are considered outsiders. Thus, anyone who does not worship the community's deity is considered an atheist. So atheism is linked to every community. In the eyes of a Hindu, those outside the Hindu community are atheists. In the eyes of Islam, those outside Islam are atheists, and so on for every community. In every society and community, the rules, laws, and principles are static, having been passed down through generations. They do not change regardless of the time period. There is no consideration of whether these rules are still relevant today or need to be adapted to modern times, unlike other aspects of life such as lifestyle, food, language, and behavior, which evolve over time. The rules of communities which they consider as religion are static. However, the definition of atheism is dynamic, changing according to each community. To a Hindu community, an atheist is someone who does not follow their rules. To Islam, it is someone who does not follow theirs. Hence, being an atheist in Hinduism is not the same as being an atheist in Islam or Christianity. The term secular used to describe an atheist is also incorrect because what is regarded as religion is not actually religion. Atheism has nothing to do with the so-called religion. Secularism can actually be described as being community neutral. It has nothing to do with religion, nor does atheism mean not believing in God or religion. The definition of atheism also changes according to the time period and new concepts involving. For example, many forms of sexual orientation, even though they existed in olden times also, but not so much in news then, are now very common among the young generation in orthodox communities. Do not see them valid from the religious perspective. LGBTQ, BDSM, etc. are some of examples which are still taboo from the point of view of orthodoxy. Some justify these, some call these unethical, some call these sin or anti-religious practices. But the point is that these activities can also be a part of actual religion that I am going to describe in the upcoming episodes, as these orientations are actually human nature, and one cannot deny it forcefully. We will come to talk about it shortly. In reality, the definition of religion is much deeper. Understanding it is like understanding a completely new ideology that no one has paid attention to so far. It is beyond communities and their customs and rules. Think of it this way, and the difference between religion and sect will become immediately clear. A community or sect is like a society whose customs can be broken, whose rules can be violated. But this cannot be done with true religion. Its customs and rules are set by nature. They are the basis of life. As I mentioned earlier, real religion is one whose rules cannot be ignored. Now we are going to learn about that true religion.